your points are going to have to, you're going to have to go off of these points to design your car.
Okay, so it needs to mount from here to there, and then that's where they start building the space frame part.
That's where, and then you move from here. So what would be here would be considered, you come off of here, and this will be your frame, your lower frame rail. So you'll come up, you'll have some tubes going down to here, tube, block steel, whatever you want, whatever y'all design it out of. You'll have it coming here. You'll have to come up just a little bit, and then you'll bring your tube, your frame that everything's going to mount to will come through just like this.
Okay.
So basically what you want to have is have your mounts there. You'll have a piece of steel coming up this high. Then what we'll do is buy two 20-foot pieces of tube of 6, like tube of 6 tube,
okay,
or like channel.
Okay.
And then you'll run it back, and then however you want to make the car. If you want to make the car, you know, I would go look at some cars or get some measurements off of cars. Get the wheelbase.
Okay.
The wheelbase is really what you want to look at. So the wheelbase would be basically from the center of the front wheel to the center of the back wheel.
So from center, so basically from center right here, the center of the front wheels right there. The arrows are pointing to the point where you measure the wheelbase. You need to research the advantages and disadvantages of the long versus short wheelbase.
Yeah, so your wheelbase will be from the center of that,
okay,
to the center of the back wheel.
And to the back wheel that looks basically like this.
It's going to look identical to that.
Okay.
And then you want your wheelbase. The average car is probably 110 inches.
Okay.
You know, 110 inches long, depending on what you want to make. If you want to, if you want to design it and have it like a race car, you need to look up some of the wheelbases on a race car, or if you want it, because if you have it too long, it's not going to perform like it should.
Okay.
You know, if you're wanting to make a race car out of it. Now, if you just want to make a 4-door car, however they want to make it look, I don't really care about that part. But it's just whatever they want to do. Or they just want to make like a Cybertruck.
Okay.
You know, you got to make it, if you want to be a Cybertruck, then you got to go, okay, your suspension travel's got to be a little bit more, you know, if you leave it like a race car, you pretty much got a good suspension set up like what we have.
Okay.
But that frame, that tube of 6, that's going to be parallel to each other, and that's where you're going to build your space frame on top of.
Okay.
So like the truck, we didn't have to do that because we already sort of had it there.
Right.
And we just added to what was there. This would be basically, you're going to have those tube of 6 pieces of steel, and then you'll make you basically put wheels on this, what we've got here, and then you set the tube on there, and you weld your tubes to come down to here, put some bolts through it.
So weld the tubes there.
Yeah, so you won't weld it here, you'll put a bolt up through here.
Okay.
And then you'll have a nut inside of a tube. Your screw or your bolt will go up and screw into that tube.
Okay.
Because what you want this to be, where once you build the frame, you can take this off.
Okay.
So this needs to be where it'll unbolt and bolt back on. It's the same, it works the same way on the car.
Okay.